Welcome to the Think Forward podcast, where we speak with futurists, innovators, and big thinkers. Come along with your host, Steve Fisher, and explore the future together.
Welcome back to Think Forward Foundations, a Think Forward series. I'm Steve Fisher, and today, in episode 31, we're diving into a fascinating and crucial part of futures thinking, detecting weak signals to anticipate SuperShifts. Let's get started. Why weak signals matter. First, let's define what we're talking about. Weak signals are subtle, often overlooked indicators that suggest major shifts, what we call SuperShifts, could be emerging. They're like early whispers of the future, easy to dismiss but incredibly powerful if recognized early. Think of weak signals as the first cracks in a dam. Small, easily missed, but hinting at significant changes to come. Detecting them early gives you strategic advantage, preparing you to respond proactively rather than reactively to significant disruptions. But here's the catch. Weak signals are often dismissed precisely because they're subtle or because they challenge existing assumptions and beliefs. Recognizing weak signals in action. To illustrate, let's look back at some historical examples. Example 1, the rise of smartphones. In the early 2000s, few anticipated smartphones would reshape daily life. Yet, early signals like increasing mobile internet use, touchscreen technology experiments, and changing consumer behaviors hinted at a coming shift. Companies that detected these signals early, like Apple, capitalized significantly, changing the market landscape dramatically. Example 2, remote work pre-COVID. Before the pandemic, remote work was a weak signal, present but easily dismissed. Companies that noticed shifting workforce desires and increasing digital collaboration capabilities were prepared when COVID-19 accelerated remote work adoption overnight. They weren't merely reactive, they thrived because they had already explored this potential future. These examples show how recognizing weak signals early provides a considerable advantage, positioning you to lead rather than follow during significant shifts. Practical techniques to spot weak signals. Detecting weak signals isn't magic. It involves practical and consistent habits. Diverse scanning. Regularly explore sources outside your usual fields or interests. Broaden your information diet with interdisciplinary perspectives. Listening to the margins. Pay close attention to fringe communities, startups, or unconventional thinkers. Often, tomorrow's mainstream ideas are today's unconventional ones. Tracking behavior changes. Notice subtle shifts in consumer behavior, societal attitudes, and cultural trends, as these often signal bigger transformations ahead. Let's make this practical. Keep a signals journal or a dedicated digital tool. Regularly record interesting insights or anomalies. Review your signals periodically, looking for emerging patterns or connections that might indicate broader shifts. Now let's get reflective. Think about your professional domain or personal interests. What subtle, early indicators of change might you currently be overlooking? How might your existing assumptions prevent you from recognizing these signals? What steps can you take this week to broaden your perspective and intentionally spot these weak signals? Here's your practical challenge. Over the next week, intentionally document 3 new weak signals you notice, whether in technology, society, or your industry. Reflect on their implications. What if these signals become mainstream? How might you prepare or respond proactively? This simple habit strengthens your strategic foresight muscles, positioning you to capitalize on emerging shifts. Remember, weak signals aren't valuable in isolation. They become powerful when connected to broader trends and transformations we call SuperShifts. By linking weak signals together, you can spot patterns earlier, anticipate major disruptions, and prepare proactively rather than reacting in crisis mode. For example, consider how early weak signals in AI, automation, and digital platforms have now combined into major SuperShifts transforming work, communication, and society. Those who connected these signals early have gained strategic advantages, influencing entire industries. Looking ahead to the Spectrum Foresight Method. This exploration of weak signals sets the stage perfectly for our next episodes, where we'll dive deeper into the Spectrum Foresight Method. We'll systematically explore how to scope your foresight projects, sense critical signals, craft vivid scenarios, and develop actionable strategies to navigate uncertainty proactively. You'll learn practical, powerful tools to go beyond traditional forecasting, equipping you to thrive in multiple plausible futures. The Spectrum Foresight Method will transform how you detect and respond to signals, amplifying your strategic advantage. Closing thoughts. Thank you for joining me today on this exploration of detecting weak signals to anticipate SuperShifts. Remember, the future doesn't announce itself loudly, it whispers. Your challenge is to listen closely, recognize those subtle signals, and use them to navigate ahead of disruptions confidently. Stay curious, stay strategic, and as always, think forward.
Thanks for listening to the Think Forward podcast. You can find us on all the major podcast platforms and at www.thinkforwardshow.com, as well as on YouTube under Think Forward Show. See you next time.